Hello, welcome to my YouTube channel today. And I really want to say thank you for your presence and thank you for always showing up. And in case this is your first time, my name is James Popola. I am the host for this show, the James Popola Show, where I share tips and things that I've done and how you yourself can learn from it and also adapt and also get to do and also become a better version of yourself. I share tips about my travels and how I get opportunities and also things I've done that can also help your life. All right. So I would like to talk about my first trip outside of Nigeria. Like, I'm so happy about this. Why? Because I remember then when I wanted to go on this trip, a lot have actually happened, and I didn't have an international passport. It's a long story, but I'm not here to talk about the long story, but just to let you know one thing, and that one thing is that you are a Nigerian or you an African or wherever you are. I want to share you this way, this hack that you yourself can use and get to have like a travel history, right? So why am I sharing you this? It's because I know that you really need this and this is going to help you. And many people actually underestimate this. They feel like, what is it? So my first trip outside of Nigeria, I was a student in my second year, first semester, if I'm right. Yeah. And I saw this opportunity, I applied. When I applied for this opportunity, I was really interested. And I think I applied in July and I got a feedback in September, but the conference was in November. Right. Yeah, I can never forget that because that was the turning point for me. I've envisioned myself traveling outside Nigeria, and that's my home country, my country of birth, right? And so I just don't know how I'm going to do it, but I just applied for the opportunity. By then, I think the clarity I had before I applied for that was because I attended an event in Lagos, and the event I attended in Lagos was experience sharing event where I joined and I went to learn. And I was just maybe like an high school graduate then looking for admission, and so all my weekends or the entire week are holidays for event to just for me to go and sit down and learn. That's just me because that was what I could do then. In fact, the internet and people sharing ideas has not been so popular then in 2012, 2013. That was like when I was just in junior high school and all of that. So, and then fast forward to my first year, I moved. I was in Ilorin. I want to say I was in the UK. No, 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 no. I studied in Ilorin. Yeah, in Kwara State, Nigeria. Yeah. So I moved from Lagos. I went to Ilorin. And yeah, my first semester and the second year, when I applied for that opportunity, I was really inspired because they said there were Africans across the continent coming together. And I don't know how this would be because one of my lecturers taught me about Africa, taught me about Ghana. I think it also doubled as my level advisor then during my first degree. That's Dr. Sulaiman Adebayo. And what these lecturers actually taught us while in school, they do not know that they actually set up a dream within us, right? And I would also share another experience, or if I can bring this in here, I will, but I want to make it short is that while the lecturer were teaching, I was just having dreams, right? I mean, dreams doesn't require to close your eyes, sleep. No, no, no. I mean dreams like visions, aspiration. Let's just give it aspiration. So then I applied for the opportunity. It's called Young African Leaders Summit. I've always seen myself as a leader after an event, right? Why did I say that? Whether it was my junior school, my teacher actually dragged me and said, "You come here, you'll be the class rep." I'm like, "What?" I'm just resuming second term out of three terms. And I love to be at the back. What is my own in front? Why should I? So, now, I was still a teenager, so I don't have power. I just accepted. But one thing I've realized is responsibility builds us, right? When you take up responsibility, you become a better version of yourself. So if you're running away from volunteering, if you're running away from leadership roles, if you're running away from opportunity for you to help others, if you're running away from opportunity for you to become a better version of yourself, you end up in a bitter version. So better versus bitter. So choose to be better, right? So I then stayed consistent. So then I started seeing myself in a different light that, wow, I can lead. I am a leader. Wow. So that inspired me. I said, okay, so let me apply for this program, Young African Leaders Summit. I think the next one next year is also happening in Ghana, I think. So, and I went there and a lot actually. This I'm ready to share. I'm happy because this is already a testimony. I do not have an international passport, one. I do not have the fund, two. I was asked to pay a sum of $180, right, as the delegate fee, right? And you know what? I wrote letters. I wrote letters. Great minds who were best writers within my circle. Big aunties, big uncles that could help me. We came up with a draft. I went to deliver the letters across different locations in Lagos State. And guess what? I got no dime, no dime, no dollar, no naira, no currency. I got zero, zero from it. So, because that happened, what did I do next? I gave up. Yeah, I give up. I give up. But then during the program in church, because I go to church, I'm Christian and I'm proud to say this. I was in this service and we're done with the video and it was inspired. Like, James, you can still try this. I have like 3 weeks before the conference, right? And what did I do? So I shared with my Bible studies teacher. Like, I like that man. He would not know, but I would mention this here today. His name is Mr. Israel. Yeah. Hmm. I don't know how to thank you enough, but this is my thank you. So he prayed with me and said everything will be all right. He already knows the kind of person I was becoming and I was going to become. Becoming is much better than achieving. Remember, if you have not watched that video, go and watch it. All right. So, and then I sort of like just believed. And what did I do next? Inspiration started coming. Inspiration started coming. Where there is a will, where there is a yes, where there is a strong belief, there is a way. So there is connection between you desiring and you getting the way. The way might not be straight. It might be a U-turn. It might be a straight with a bend. It might be a straight bend on. Whatever form it takes, I want you to know that it's still going to happen. So then another strategy came. I shared my story on my alma mater, secondary school alma mater, and I said I would really be glad if I can get support to attend this. As at then, I had zero. I had zero fund for that. But my willingness was enough capital, enough push for me to say, okay, yes, this is what I want to do. And guess what? I then just posted and he said, it's a lie. Different attack on the group because it's a WhatsApp community. And I happen to be the one representing my set class of 2018. And they're like, you are in 2019 and you're saying you're already in so. XYZ is not possible. You cannot be in so this thing. It's a lie. This, da. I'm like, okay. So how is it that these people are attacking me and they're saying that it's a lie? That I cannot be in 200 level. So what did I do? Thank God I was in my hostel. I snapped those pictures. I sent it to the group. And then somebody just wrote and said, you guys need to apologize to this young man. I am also attending this conference. I'm aware about it. In fact, the letter I sent is legit. So that was who saved me. But guess what? An anon, entered my DM and said to me, James, sorry about what happened on the group. However, send me your account number. I am going to get back to you during the day, because it was even into the night, and that day was a very bad day, but it turned out good. And guess what? The next day, the anonymous sent me 40,000 naira. So what did I do first? And this is what I would advise you. Do the first thing first. The first thing I did was to immediately go and get my international passport. You want to have your first trip outside of Nigeria, don't use your NIN. You want to have a first trip outside of your country to another country, and you know that neighboring country, you can just go in and come back. No, go with your international passport. I do not recommend you to use your ECOWAS passport, and here is why. When you use your international passport, you have your travel history there. Guess what? So the excitement and traveling, and I can't believe it. On that trip, I met people who have traveled outside of Nigeria, would use flights, and they they also want to use road trip. Guess what? These are hacks that people don't tell you. This set of people are going on a road trip just for the sake of stamps. Why? So when they go to embassies and they get to see the kind of stamps, number of stamps, countries they have entered and they have come back, they have returned to their countries, especially for us that are Africans, especially Nigerians or West Africans, I don't know, build your travel history. So they still traveled by road. I was shocked. And by then, I've not even entered a plane. I've just been seeing plane flying, but I knew one day I was going to enter. And I later entered definitely. I would do another video about that. Right? My first. So I'm designing this for you. So I got that. So if I'm to do something differently, what I could do is that I could save towards it, get my international passport. But then I was a student, so I have spent all my money. So as a student, there are some advantages you have. But if you're a lady, be very careful, because I wouldn't say you should do this. It was a man who helped me, an anonymous. I'll keep the person anonymous because person doesn't want to be known. And when I told the person I have used 29,000 naira out of the money you gave me to do my international passport, he was like, wow, he didn't tell me. I have somebody there. That means I could have used his leverage and connection and get it faster. I got my passport in 2 days, I think. The day I went, the next day I was asked to come back for it. So, and I picked it up. So, what I'm saying in essence is that I set myself on the right track. I look for other support, family support, and then I embark on my first trip. I embark on my first trip, but I didn't even tell my family that I did not have money to come back, right? Because you have a lot and all of that. So I went to sleep at cross country park that night. We moved around 2 a.m. or 3 a.m. so you can sleep there and all of that in Lagos State. And it's not even far away from my place of residence that time. So what I'm literally telling you now is that you can plan and architecture your life, build a travel history. See, this is not by force, but if you really want to see life in a different perspective, get yourself out of where you have been used to. Get yourself out of where you have been used to. You are a star, and you are someone who needs to see life from a different perspective. So if you must accomplish that, get yourself out into a place where you yourself can be proud of yourself. Like, wow, so this is how the world is. You get to learn about people's culture. You get to become a better version of yourself. So yeah, in the midst of the conference, I think it was 3 days conference. I enjoyed the conference. And after the conference, the last day of the conference, I started heading back to Nigeria. Yeah, and I had the ticket to come back, and and guess what? One important thing that I really enjoyed in that first trip was that I went with one master student that's a very popular person. I didn't even tell the person that I do not have much money or whatever, but I just had to tell the person, bro, see, to be honest, I don't have much. Sure you get so this, and God also used them. In fact, I didn't even let him know what I was going through. Some things you just have to keep it personal, right? So, and that was the breakthrough that led to other breakthroughs. So, if you are envying and you are admiring and you are thinking about, oh wow, how has this guy been traveling and traveling and traveling? My first trip was just to Ghana, and that was what changed everything. So here is my story about my first trip, and I really can't wait to hear or see your video, see your content in any form you want to do it, where you share your first trip as well, right? I, James Coppola, I am rooting for you, and I can't wait to host you on my show, right? And in case this is your first time and you have not subscribed to my YouTube channel, please do that right now. So in case you need links to the resources that I've mentioned, you can check in the description of this video. And in case you want to reach out to me, you want to contact me, do well to also fill the form below. And yeah, I am accessible and you can jump on a one-on-one call. And thanks so much. All right, bye for now. Thank you.